again, and welcome to Bug Out with Bree. With me, Bree. I'm the Community Science Specialist at the Pacific Road Museum of Natural History, and I'm coming to you from my home. This week, we're going to continue our talk on arthropods and talk about the differences between two classes, Insecta and Arachnida, insects and arachnids. How can you tell the difference between an insect and an arachnid? How can you identify them when you're walking around your neighborhood? First, let's talk about insects.
Insects have 3 pairs of legs, or 6 legs total, and their body has 3 major segments. During their life cycle, most insects undergo metamorphosis. The 3 major body segments are the head, thorax, and abdomen, as you can see in the diagram. The head includes the eyes, mouthparts, and antennae. The thorax includes the legs and sometimes wings. The abdomen includes the gut, reproductive organs, and sometimes a stinger. Insects are the largest group of species. There are anywhere between 6 and 10 million insect species in the world, and some are still being discovered today. Did you ever wonder which scientist studies insects? Entomologists are scientists who study insects, which include bees, moths, and butterflies, beetles, flies, ants, crickets, true bugs, dragonflies, and damselflies. The study of insects is called entomology, where entomologists study the classification, life cycle, distribution, and behavior, among other things. Now let's switch gears and talk about arachnids. Arachnids have 4 pairs of legs, or 8 legs total, and no wings or antennae. Their body has 2 major segments and do not undergo metamorphosis during their life cycle. The 2 major body parts are the cephalothorax and the abdomen, as you can see in the diagram. The cephalothorax is the head and the thorax fused together, which contain the mouth, eyes, and legs. The abdomen contains the gut and reproductive organs. There are more than 40,000 different species of arachnids, and some are still being discovered today. Did you ever wonder what kind of scientists study arachnids? Arachnologists are scientists who study arachnids, which include spiders, scorpions, harvestmen, ticks, mites, and solifugi. The study of arachnids is called arachnology, where arachnologists study the classification, life cycle, distribution, and ecology, among other things. Again, let's just note the major differences between an insect and an arachnid. When you think of an insect, think 3 and 3. 3 pairs of legs and 3 body segments. Arachnids have 4 pairs of legs and 2 body segments. In this diagram, you can see that the cephalothorax is just the head and the thorax fused together. Now let's go through some clips and identify whether it's an insect or an arachnid. So this picture of a bee was taken in my neighborhood. Do we think it's an insect or an arachnid? That's right, it's an insect. It has 3 body segments, also has wings and antennae. So let's look at this next image. Do we think it's an insect or an arachnid? That's right, it's an arachnid. It's actually a tarantula. It was taken by my colleague this past summer when she was hiking in Big Sur. We can see that it has 2 body segments and those 8 legs. So I'll let you figure out the answers for the next 2 pictures yourself. I also wanted to point out that you can also download a magnifying app if you do not have one at home. There's some worksheets on the PG Museum to You website that will help you identify an insect versus arachnid if you're walking around your neighborhood. It'll be cool to see. You can also take pictures with these apps. So go exploring around your neighborhood and let me know what you find. Happy bug hunting, and I will virtually see you next Friday.